Here we go. We're 700 now. Let's see if the resistance is higher. F4. Get our knight out. We'll go for this B3 setup with E3. That's a cute move, but I wanted to play E3 anyways. We're just gonna castle and we're gonna do something similar to Amon's Stonewall. Put a knight on E5, see how that feels. Oh. What are you doing to me with your queen? May I ask? Just moving back and forth? Okay, let's start saying hi to the queen. But first, I'm gonna play King H1. So I never have to deal with anything on the diagonal. A deep move. Go bishop f3. I think black just wants to move their queen back and forth. I'm just gonna let him. Let's bring this knight in. I think I might go d4 and just start pushing these pawns. And then we put our knight back on e5. Like this. That looks good. Oof, even better. I like when people play fast and bad. I don't have to wait very long for them to make a mistake. That's just a piece fork. I'm gonna chop that off. Thank you. Thank you. And now... well, that makes things pretty simple, hey? Let's just get a discovered attack on the queen. Check. I like this guy or girl. That is a lady for me. Nope. Is that Afghanistan? So playing at these hours, I get to play different countries, a lot of Asian countries. Oh, that's not looking too dangerous to me. I'm gonna grab the center. Wow. I'll keep pushing then. I can't push the fourth pawn, unfortunately, but can't complain about all this space. Well, this is not really a normal bird, but this is still how you punish offbeat positions. Apaches, yeah. Here we go, yeah. What if I push and start attacking the king? What happened? Here, hey! Let me go f4. We'll play more classical bird here. Hopefully this time I find somebody to play with. We have the exact same rating, but this is kind of ambitious. My question is, what happens if I take the pawn for free? Because my knight's defending. And then I want to... and I just want to attack this knight. And I probably will support the pawn next move. Holy smokes. People are playing worse right now than the other ratings. My bishop here. Got two attackers, one defender. That looks pretty good. Eat. Guys, I'm just looking for people to play with. What's with these early resignations? So far, so good. Knight c6. We're fighting over e5. I'm gonna make sure I'm watching out for that. Let's go e4. When black plays a little tentatively in the opening, I like to grab the space. And sometimes f4 just lets you get a bigger center. Now I go d4 and already I'm putting some pressure on the center. And everything's defended. That's a good move. That's a good move, dude. Whoa. That is an annoying move. Okay, let's attack the knight. I was worried about knight d4. I thought he might as well play knight d4 and keep the pin. This move is not as concerning, because it relieves the tension, I think. Don't be looking at this pawn. There's something better available. The knight was defended by that pawn. And you know what's nice? If they go queen check, I can drop my queen back. If you want to trade queens, you're going to be going into an endgame down a piece. Perfect. It's okay if you haven't castled or the queens are off, it's not as scary. I can do the same thing. Check. Now black's gonna lose their castling privileges, so now we're even. I like playing this h4 move because it's a shortcut to activating your rook. Sometimes you play rook e1 out of habits, but sometimes your rook is actually good on its original square. Sometimes. Depends. Alright, they're defending, but now they took away a square from their knight. I might as well just complete my development. Keep it simple. My bishop did its job over there, checking the king. Okay, okay. Give me some targets on the queen side. I got 3 knight moves. I like this one because I'm still attacking the pawn. Well, that kind of stops me. And now my bishop can go back here with safe passage. I need to get rid of this pawn so my knight can join the game again. Requesting assistance there. c3. Let's dislodge this pawn. Oh, you gotta check in. Check. Slide over. I need to bring this knight back in the game. Please and thank you. Maybe I can get a rook on the c-file at some point. Target this. I like this bishop. It's just taking away some squares. Alright, let's take back with the knight. That was the piece we had to improve. And now I said my rook probably belongs over here. That makes sense. This is a good knight. The problem is this bishop's not so great, but this knight is covering a lot. All right. I want to attack that rook with this bishop. And my opponent's playing well here. I'm going to give them lots of credit. Looked like they were threatening something. They're the first one to survive until the end. Although the opening was a success. We won a piece. Let's eat that rook. Can you add time on chess.com? I feel bad. I don't see how to do that. Anyways. Golovich from Spain. Here you go. I'll play the standard bird, where you just castle and set up this fianchetto. And then we go e4, and we got a nice comfortable formation. This has some resemblance to the closed Sicilian, which also involves white trying to play f4. Now I'm going to play on the king side. Because I have a pawn on f4, I can use that. I can play f5 and initiate more pressure on the king than I would have if my pawn was on f2. So I'm trying to play more like the bird here. Push. Push. But black's pretty solid. Although that move might not be too solid, because when you move your knight somewhere in enemy territory, you want to check, does my knight have any escape squares if it gets harassed? And I believe the answer to that is no. Your knight's trapped. You can tell I'm not vegan by the amount of horse meat I consume during these speedruns. Definitely not a vegan diet. Well, we can take back with a pawn, with the rook, or with the knight. And if there's anything this knight's waiting to do, it's to jump in the attack. So, knight f5, that's a very dangerous square. And I'm up a knight. So let's get rid of the king's guard, the bishop. And now let's bring the queen in. Join the party. Bring the queen in. Now my rooks want to join as well. Although this bishop, if I could get it on f6, would be awesome. If it could go on this diagonal. I'll prepare it. My first move is a very fun move to play. Rook f6, because I know it's defended by the pawn. And that way, I can bring my other rook behind and start building some pressure towards the king. I'm thinking about putting my bishop on this diagonal to start pointing at the king. So I'm going to move my knight out of the way. I might reroute the bishop. That's a good move. Okay, let me try something. Let's try it, see if this works. It's worth a shot, wouldn't you say? Discover checks. If I get my oh, okay. He's blocking it. And now that the pawn pushed to e5, these two squares are weak. So now this knight is about to say hi. Check. I'm not going to take the queen yet. I'm going to threaten checkmate first. I think they don't... Yeah, that was just a test. They passed. They passed the test, which is annoying. Okay, let's grab the queen. Put the bishop over here. Start grabbing some of these free pawns. Now this is my favorite. My favorite kind of move. This pawn is pinned, which is why I put the bishop here. Which means we can just snap that off. Because of this guy. And the hammer is coming. Checkmate's coming. Well, that counts. Alrighty. This looks like Vietnam. Yep. That's a solid response. Giving up the bishop. I'm going to take with my bishop, not the pawn. I want to keep this diagonal open. E5. We've seen this before. This is one of the more aggressive setups from black. They give away the bishop, but they go for the center. Usually your king is considered relatively safe if you still have your fianchettoed bishop. This bishop's on lookout. On watch duty. Making sure that knight doesn't get near me. I can take with a pawn or take with a bishop. Because I haven't developed my bishop, why not develop it and recapture at the same time? No, I'm not giving you my bishop, sir. I didn't invest in it just to give it up at the first moment. So, one of the benefits of the bird is the F file, the semi-open F file. I want to use that. And let's start generating some F file threats. You can do that, but I don't think I'm too fussed about if you recapture the pawn, then your king gets messed up. So what if I take? Whoa! That's what I'm telling you, the F file, use it to your advantage. I didn't realize my rook is bearing down on the F file. Probably assumed the pawn was on F2. That was easier than expected. And now this pawn is ripe. Let's munch on that. And now I'm gonna play e3 so my queen can join the party. No, that's not gonna do it, chief. My bishop's defending it. This looks like a juicy check, but the knight can block. But do they see that the knight can block? That's the next question. They hung their queen, but they saw the backwards knight move. I would say the backwards knight move is harder than, you know, defending your queen. Okay, this rook hasn't developed. So I think the most logical place for that, it's got to be the f-file. That's a good move. Let's put my queen somewhere annoying. d7. I'm just looking at f7. The rook has to stay and defend. My rook's coming in very soon. But yeah, use the f-file if you're playing the bird. Let's chop this off. I don't see a trap. Check. Please go here. Check. And now we can deliver checkmate next move. Oh, they were a weeb as well. I should be getting karma points for that. Well, you're one step closer to mastering the bird's opening. To move on to the next episode, just click over here. And to stay up to date with all of our content, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the bell button, then you're going to get notified. See you next time.